There's built-in Wi-Fi, which looks really, really promising. And it supports Bluetooth headphone connection as well, which is really, really good. There's internet weather support and loads more. Cannot wait to see it. So we love to look at Apple Watch clones here at MMBTechTv, and today is no different. On the desk we have the IWO16 Smartwatch, a smartwatch with a bunch of decent upgrades from the previous version that we've reviewed on the show. Now, as you know, we have reviewed a few of the IWO ranges on the show, and of course, as always, we'll include the links for them down in the description box below for you to go and check out later on. But in today's show, as always, we're going to delve into the box, see what you get. We're going to go through the menus and some of the features that come with the watch. There will be some other videos coming out soon as well, like how to set up the Wi-Fi and all that sort of stuff. So make sure, if you haven't already, make sure you hit subscribe and hit the bell so you do not miss anything. So let's jump into the box then and see exactly what you get with it. So as you can see, similar boxing that we've had before with all the other IWO ranges. Very, very plain. On the side there, WMS, Wi-Fi, GPS and TWS, which is a very, very exciting new feature that's come to these. And then on the top, you've just got your picture of the watch there. So when you unbox it and take it out, you are greeted by all of the usual suspects, should we say. So in there, of course, you do get your normal instruction manual, which of course covers all of those elements that you need to know, kind of connection guides, operating guides, all the usual bits and bobs. I would recommend have a read of that. In the box, you get, of course, your charging puck, which is just there, USB 3 and a real fast charging, or if you put it into a fast charger, it becomes a fast charge charging puck. You've got the watch itself, which these do come in a bunch of different colours. I got this from AliExpress, and you get them in a mass range of colours, which is fab. So we'll come to that in just a sec. And then on the inside, take that out, let's remove that. You do get, of course, your rubber, your silicone bands, which of course, like all the other IWO watches, you can buy replacement ones on AliExpress, eBay, that sort of stuff. Or if you've even been given some of the genuine straps, you can use them on the watch as well. And they fit on just really, really easily. They just slide on and click into place, and they are not going anywhere. Look at that, and they are straight in, and that is straight in and locked into place, which is really, really good. And you can make phone calls, you can answer phone calls, view messages, and there will be loads more features being added with the firmware updates that are available on the watch. It does receive these firmware updates. Now, I will be doing a video on how to do that, so either look, it should either be in the card right above the screen now, or it'll either be in the comments box below, or in the description box as well. So what is new when it comes to the IWO16? It comes with a bunch of new features, including Wi-Fi, GPS, TWS music, it's got song storage on the watch, wireless charging, and loads more. Now, as just previously mentioned, the watch straps can take original Apple Watch straps if you have them lying around, the 42 to 44mm straps, or you can purchase these online from AliExpress and stuff. You can even use the sport straps, sport loops, leather straps, the lot. So let's boot up the watch and see what it's like. So as you can see, just before we boot it up, as you can see, let's take you around. Now you've probably seen all of the IWO watch ranges before, but as you can see, you've got that nice screen there. Again, trying to keep it as close as it can to a lookalike of an Apple Watch. On the side there, which is your power button, and usually it's also your back button. I do hear a clicky noise. Hopefully that might make the menu zoom in and out. You've got what looks like, you've got your back button just there, which is an active button, a microphone there. Then on the back, this is your heart rate sensor, which does say Music Watch Series 6, and we'll be testing out that as well. And then of course these little bits just here are your quick release catches for when you take your straps out. So very, very similar. I'm sure you've probably seen all these before, but let's Let's boot it up. So you get greeted by the WMS menu. And then you get that beautiful song there. Now, the good thing, another part of the upgrade with this watch is that you get 3D animation watch faces that you can get on these as well. So let's take a little look. So usually you hold onto the screen and then you're presented then with the watch faces that you can add on board. So you do get a fair few to sort of get you started off. A lot of your very typical sort of Apple watches. And it's nice that you've got the custom animation stuff on there now. But again, you can see by the picture quality, it's not too bad. It would have been a shame though, it is a shame, sorry, that it's not just full face. It's so close, there's just that tiny bit of chin just there, just a tiny bit of chin. But nevertheless, it is getting there, and especially with these massive improvements that it's already got on it. So let's jump in then and take a good look at the watch. So when you swipe up from the bottom, nothing happens. Let's swipe from the left. Ooh, look at that. So that must be part of one of the custom faces, is that you can swap it just like that. Oh, so you can literally change your watch face just by sliding across like that. That is very good. I like that feature. So you don't need to long press. You can just swipe across just for convenience. If you wanted to swap and change it out with a flick of a finger, and there you are. And of course you've got the 3D animation ones there as well. So let's go into the menus and the apps and have a little look. So you press just on the bottom button just here, and let's go through that menu and see exactly what you get on board on it. So of course you get your remote notifier, because of course you get all your normal notifications that you would on the other smartwatches. You get these on here. Find my device, that's on there. Of course you get a dialer, because you can of course make phone calls and address books and all that sort of stuff, which is really good. An alarm, you would expect to get an alarm on something like this. Remote capture, so of course you can use this as a Bluetooth sort of camera app, if you will. It'll help control the camera up on your device, or perhaps if you're doing a group shot of someone, you can set the phone off to a side and you can use that just to control the shutter, which is always handy. I've used it once or twice. You've got your Bluetooth connections there. We'll set up our Bluetooth connection shortly. So again, calendar, and one thing I always say is with these watches, it's such a shame that you can't pair it with the normal sort of standard Google apps that you have, because it'd be really good to have Google apps on here, but Google Calendar on here even, but never mind. Now, as mentioned earlier, of course, you can have music on here, but it does also give you the Bluetooth music option, so you can control music that's on your device straight from the watch itself, which of course we will test that very shortly. You've got your settings menu just there, so of course all the relevant settings that you need. So you've got your Bluetooth, your Wi-Fi, brightness adjustment, time, volume control, vibration settings, lock screen, fall monitoring, so you can also turn on fall monitoring as well. Now that's been introduced, which is a really, especially for an Apple Watch. It's got SOS settings, so again, so after it's turned on, press hold and you'll get the SOS emergency help. So of course we know that's a familiar feature on the Apple Watch Series 6. Really nice to see that now on Chinese smartwatches. Very good. Date and time, of course you can change your menu style to one that you're probably a bit more familiar with, which is this one. That dial doesn't do anything, it doesn't zoom in or out, which is a shame, but you do get that option there. And let's change that back. So you've got audio player, because of course, as mentioned, you can independently download music and put it on here and listen straight from this watch and have it Bluetooth straight to your Bluetooth headphones. Massive improvement. Of course, you get all of your sports modes on there. You get your heart rate, so let's give it a bit of a test, shall we? Let's take off my current one. And let's see if we can get a decent sort of reading. So let me relax my arm a little bit. 62 beats per minute, so it is registering it, and of course it logs all that within the watch as well. Sports modes, this is the main reason why we get a lot of these watches, is because we want to use them for all the sports facilities. So you can log your walking indoor, walking outdoor, you can run indoor and outdoor. So there's some of the sports modes on, possibly with other firmware updates you might get more options on there. Sport record, so again, I'll tell you about it. On here it's showing you the amount of steps you're doing. We love a good step count at the minute. How much you slept, that's on there. Recent heart rate, blood pressure, total distance walked. So there is a bunch of stuff that's on here. Now as you can see here, this is one of the new additions into it, which is the Wi-Fi. So let's turn on the Wi-Fi and tap on my list of available networks. And let's connect to that one and connect. So again, that's a really good feature. That means that now you can independently run stuff on here, like the weather apps and all that sort of stuff. So kudos, a massive improvement there, including that on there. And of course the weather on there as well. So you can see there is a mass amount that's already included on here, which is a huge step up from what we've had previously with these IWO watches. So as you would expect, the watch comes with all the apps that you would expect from it. So for example, like your sports modes and all that sort of stuff. But as I mentioned earlier on, the new feature I do like is the fact it's got Wi-Fi. Hurrah! That's a brilliant addition. Now the watch does have 1 GB of ROM storage on board, which is great for having independent music on there right from your wrist, which is again a brilliant new feature. Another feature is the ability to be able to connect your Bluetooth earphones directly to the watch, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So for that I'm going to need my, I've got some Bluetooth AirPods, so all you need to do is we're going to go into the Bluetooth settings. So if we go to Bluetooth connection, I'm going to put these in pairing mode and search for a new device. Let's turn on the Bluetooth. So you can already see it's come up with Ryan's AirPods. It's in pairing mode. And they're connected, just like that. There you go. So now I can listen to music straight from these on into them. You never had that before with the IWO range. So from the last kind of batch to this, you can see all these massive improvements are just brilliant. It's a massive step up. Like I mentioned earlier on, you get the local weather information on the watch as well, and of course that's updated once you connect the watch to the internet. Now the watch works in partnership with a great app called the WIMUS app, which is available on both Android and iOS. Now all the instructions for that are in the little instruction manual that you get, but we're going to try and talk you through it as well and see exactly what you get with it. Let's get my device now. Of course, I've already got mine sort of queued up, ready to go in the background. So I've got the WIMUS app there. Let's download that. And of course, this is the vital app that will make sure you get all the sort of benefits and features from the watch itself. Okay, so that's all downloaded. So you'll get all the usual sort of prompts like you would. So as you can see, it's got all the sort of tracking elements there. So them sports modes, any sort of sport or fitness mode that you've recorded data will come across to this once you pair the watch. So you can see it's got all your health elements there. You'll jump into your sport, it'll tell you graphically how well you've done there. But what we need to do is to connect the device. So let's scan for a device. So you can see it's trying to find our device there. And there it is, WMS watch. Tap. I want to pair with it. And we're going to allow, because we want to allow our contacts to go over. And it's as easy as that, it's connected. Now, one thing with the Wi-Fi settings, now when we was doing it on the watch earlier, if your Wi-Fi router isn't encrypted, it will pair straight away that way. However, if yours is encrypted, you can then, using the app, go through and put the password in to connect it up. So for example, I've got my networks here, I can tap that, I'm going to add the password in. So now that's been managed to add in, that information will carry over to the watch itself. And I don't know if you can see in the corner there, you can see it's connected via Bluetooth, headphones are connected, and it's got the little Wi-Fi signal just in the corner there. So let's take a look then through the app to see kind of the extra benefits that you get. So when you go into, you can go into watch status, GPS. Of course, you can use the GPS settings here and track and map any runs that you do or any cycling, anything that you need to go out and about and do. We know, especially during lockdown, people have been tracking the runs and stuff. This watch does it all as well, which is very, very good. You get out of range alarms if you kind of become separated from your devices. Synchronization watch settings, you can do that, but local music, this is where you can then sync any local music on here onto your watch. So, and that's there going to be locally on the device. So once that's downloaded across, we'll give it a test and see if that actually works as well. And there we go, it's downloaded, it's done. So let's see if when we go into the music player, I can add songs into there. So let's see where mine is. If we go into my music, there it is. Let's click on that. So I've added that into the playlist. So let's go back. And let's turn it up. And it's playing. So, and it'll play through these as well. It's also got a speaker on there, which is really, really good. So let's reconnect these back up again, just so it'll allow that connection to happen. Let's find it. Where's it gone? WMS watch. There we go. So let's connect that back up again. So, and as mentioned earlier on, of course you do get those firmware system updates. So you know that the watch will get continual updates, especially with all the new features that will come out alongside with it. So with all that in mind, overall, what do I think? So from having all of the previous IWO watches on the show, this is a massive step in the right direction in terms of features. In fact, the fact it even has Wi-Fi, onboard storage, you can connect to AirPods, just to name a few, is brilliant. And I'm sure it will be greatly received by you lot out there. Now you can pick up yours from AliExpress, and as always on the show, I haven't forgot about you. I have put a link in the description box below for you to go and check out when you have a minute. So go and have a look. And as always, don't forget, you can be part of the MMB community and of course be one of our members for just as little as $1.99 a month. You can get early access to the videos, special members live streams, and loads more. And all you need to do is simply click on the join now button and you're in. So go and have a look. And of course, if you want to check out more videos, read our blogs, or even get in touch, you can head over to our website. It's MMBTechTv.co.uk. So go and check it out. But a massive thank you for checking out the video as always. And until next time, it's bye-bye for now.